You know, back in 2012, I had a strange obsession with puzzle games, and I had just been introduced to both the Portal series and the Half-Life series. Besides those games, I played tons of puzzle games, but one stood out from the rest. Q.U.B.E stands for Quick Understanding of Block Extrusion, which is a basic description of the core gameplay. Essentially, you manipulate color cubes to solve puzzles. Q.U.B.E was released in December of 2011, but it had a Director's Cut release back in 2014. So, why am I playing the Director's Cut and not the original? Well, the Director's Cut adds something the original didn't have. A story. In the original game, you didn't have much of a reason to keep moving forward, but now there's a narrative that keeps you asking questions the whole way through, and, in the end, doesn't answer a whole lot of them. Okay, I think I've said all that needs to be said for right now, so let's jump right into the game.
And what if it didn't kill him? With all due respect, your best guess is still just a guess. We need to have faith in the possibility of good. Wait, hold on. His oxygen consumption's going up. I think he's alive. He's conscious. Hey, go steady down there. You've been out for a couple weeks. 15 days, in fact. They thought you were dead. If it wasn't for your life suit, you probably would be. Listen, there's been a complication. We can't link into your POV camera, and it looks like communications are only working one way. You can hear me, I hope, but I can't hear you. That means we don't know how badly you were affected by the transportation. If you're feeling confused or disoriented, you should know that deep space travel can do you pretty serious psychological damage, especially to your memory. Even a few hours out there in the dark can cause permanent problems. I'm gonna be honest with you. Mission controller concerned you might have no idea who you are or why you're in there. If that's true, I have some difficult facts for you. You're a long way from Earth. A very long way. But every single person on the planet is depending on you. That thing you're inside right now, whatever it is gonna hit Earth in the next few hours. And if it does, that's the end of everything. You need to decipher and dismantle it from the inside before that happens. I just hope you haven't forgotten how. We all do. Now listen carefully. This is important. The reason why it's me talking to you and not Mission Control is because you're too far out into deep space. Their signal can't reach you out there, but mine can. I'm Commander Novak. I'm an astronaut on board the International Space Station. I'm gonna relay everything they tell me, but the bad news is, every time I orbit around the far side of the Earth, I'll move out of radio range. When that happens, you're gonna be on your own for a while. Just stay calm, and keep your head straight until I get back into range. Okay, this is it. I'm orbiting out of range now. I'll be back soon. Just remember what I've told you, and believe it.
Now, if you look at the wall up there, you can see 6 gray blocks, and the top left one turned white. These are an indication of what sector we're in, so we are in Sector 1 out of 6. Alright, if I hover over this colored block, the lights on my gloves turn red. If I left-click on the block, it goes up by 1 unit. If I right-click on the block, it goes down by 1 unit. To reach the top of this ledge, I can just stand on here and pull it up. And I can just bring this down. You can also kinda build a staircase out of these. Okay, now this blue block is different. I can't pull it up, but I can pull it down. I need to reach that ledge. But standing on top of it won't get me there. What you're supposed to do is stand on it while it's down, and as you can see, it propels you upward. You'll see the game has us do some sick tricks with these blocks later on, but don't be mistaken, these are actually puzzle elements. That block actually threw us pretty far. Alright, here, if I try to reach the ledge just by using the blue block, I won't be able to reach it. However, if I pull out this red one, I can get up there easily. These yellow blocks act as a sort of automatic staircase. The longest side depends on where I click, so if I click on this side, it goes up. If I click right in the middle, it kinda does a middle finger at me, which is a bit rude. These blocks can be arranged diagonally as well. And here I just have to reach the ledge, which that seems like all we're doing is reaching ledges. Here, if I have the staircase out like this, I won't be able to reach that ledge. This one can be a bit confusing in a first playthrough. Obviously I have to make this one the longest one so I can reach that ledge. But then, oh, I can't bring this one out, and if I try to bring this one out, I'll just hit my head. So what we have to do is pull out this middle one. And the walls are closing in on me. Okay, I need to get out of here. The walls are closing in. I'm gonna die. But as you can see, we didn't die, and the walls actually stopped. Kinda makes me wonder if the developers did that on purpose. You know, to kinda invoke a sense of panic. Or a false sense of panic, I should say. And here we are stepping out of Sector 1 and into Sector 2. Ordinarily I would stop the recording here and call that the end of the episode, but I am going to go through Sector 2. Also, I haven't discussed the story so far yet, but I will. So if I hover over this green cube, you can see my gloves are not lighting up, so all we can really do is jump on it. However, this one does make my gloves light up. If I click on it, it just moves the green cube that was in the corner. Alright, so if it wasn't already clear what this button does, let me just do something to this puzzle here. And if I click on this, you can see it actually resets the entire puzzle. You know, just in case I mess something up, which is definitely possible in this game. Oh, and you can also see that the green blocks act as a sort of physics object. Also, I want to talk about the music in this game, briefly. I'm going to be silent for a moment here, so you can listen to what's playing in the background. Let me ask you, do you hear much of anything? It's just a lot of ambience. In the original Q.U.B.E, the soundtrack was a lot more energetic. And that was actually one of my favorite parts of the original Q.U.B.E. Like, the original soundtrack was actually so good that I bought it. But I guess with the mood the story sets, this music is actually fitting. And that's not really to say the music in the director's cut is bad or anything. I just wish it was a little bit more eventful, you know? Oh, I'm supposed to be standing on top of this. Let's see, is there a story moment coming up? Yeah, you can tell when the game does stuff like this.
Thing est. Name is 919.
So some guy just contacted us saying his name is 919, which is kind of a weird name, but anyway, we have a new mechanic here. So if I hit this green play button, a ball comes out. A green ball. And basically our goal is to get that green ball into that green field. So we just have to kind of set up the course here, and then get the ball rolling. Also, I will be able to explain what has happened so far in the story in a moment. Alright, now all I have to do is bring this down, then hit the play button, and score. And we are now moving on to Sector 3. We're kind of just blowing through these, aren't we? Well, this will get a lot more difficult, just you wait. So, instead of just ending the episode, I'm going to take a moment to explain what exactly is happening in the story of Q.U.B.E. You saw the intro. We woke up to the voice of a woman who introduced herself as Commander Novak. She told us something very interesting, that our character is inside a structure in space that is approaching Earth at alarmingly high speed. She also mentioned that we went through something called deep space travel, which obviously affected our memory because we have no idea who we are. Here's the fun part, though. Every single person on Earth is depending on us to, quote, decipher and dismantle this structure. So that's fine, no pressure. In the middle of exploring this structure, somebody managed to contact us, saying his name is 919. And we have no idea who that is, but we will find out more later. So that's pretty much the whole story so far, and boy do we have a lot to look forward to, so I will see you guys next time on Q.U.B.E. Director's Cut. Have a good day.